Here's a contest that returns to this year's fair after a long absence. How well do you know your weeds? In case your education is lacking in that area, here's Mark Pearson to fill the gap.
Thanks, Bill. We're here at the first in 50 years weed identification contest at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And we know it's the first time in 50 years that we've had a weed identification contest here at the fair because the last winner of this event, we will be talking to a little bit later on. He's a man everyone knows and loves, Mr. Herb Plambeck. And the weed identification contest is underway. I may just take a crack at it, being an old farm guy and ag type person. So let's have at it.
If you want to know weed, you can do it if you really want to know. If you want to know weed, you can do it if you really want to know. You know those dandelions, poison oak, Canadian thistle, that ain't no joke. If you want to know weed, you can do it if you really want to know. You know, weeds is a plant that's troublesome and worthless in the place where it's grown. But the dividing line between weeds and a useful plant is not always clear and showing. For example, oats in a cornfield would be called a weed, but oats in an oat field is just what's needed. If you want to know weed, you can do it if you really want to know. Now the crabgrass and the ragweed, Lord, they give us the blues. But sometimes plants that are considered weeds can actually have a pretty good use. They're food for wild animals and food for birds that stop soil erosion, or so I've heard. If you want to know weed, you can do it if you really want to know. If you want to know weed, you can do it if you really want to know. You know the cocklebirds and the wild rose, I know you can find them if you're really on your toes. If you want to know weed, you can do it if you really want to know. You can do it if you really want to know. You can do it if you really want to know.
Herb Plambeck is really the man with the idea behind this weed identification contest, and a very popular contest too. A lot of people have come out to participate. Herb, where'd this idea come from of yours?
Originally, more than 50 years ago, when I was a boy, my dad had me do a lot of work with weeds. I had to dig them out and hoe them out and put salt on them, and I was just upset about that. And so I wrote John P. Wallace, publisher, Wallace's Farmer. I said, let's have a weed identification contest at the state fair so we know what we're working on. Right. And he said, oh, good idea. I'll give $3 for first place, $2 for second, and $1 for third place. And boy, I wanted to get, one of those awards. And I won it. I won it 3 years in a row. And since then, somehow or another, we didn't get the job done. But this year, the Iowa State Fair just gave us 100% backing. And FFA and 4-H and everybody else said, hey, it is a good idea. We spend billions of dollars on controlling weeds, but we don't know what we're controlling. So, or I should say, some people don't know what they're controlling. Right. And we just thought it was a good idea, and it turned out to be a pretty good idea.
Well, Jennifer, I'm all done. When can I come by and pick up my ribbon?
At noon today.
Hey, you keep that, huh? There's my blank. We'll have a winner by noon?
Yeah, we should.
All right, and you're going to be judging the contest then, Jennifer?
No, I don't judge.
You don't judge?
I don't judge.
Well, then give me my money back. And here are the weed identification contest winners. Kim Spangler of Jefferson, first place. David Toussaint of Coon Rapids, second place. Gary Johnson, Rockwell City, third place. Willis Hoffman, Bloomfield, fourth place. J.W. Yedlick, Coggan, fifth place. I don't know how those guys wound up with ribbons, and I didn't. Reporting from the Weed Identification Contest at this year's Iowa State Fair, I'm Mark Pearson.
Special thanks goes to Dave Moore, composer and performer of his wonderful custom-made tune, Weeds.